Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to use my Big Shot and my Woodgrain folder to make a thank you card. I'll also show you how you can make this into a Thanksgiving card or possibly use the same stamp set to make a Christmas card. I'm going to start off with a layer for the card front, and it's using baked brown sugar, and that's what I'm going to emboss using my Woodgrain embossing folder. So I have my platform on tab 1, I have my bottom standard cutting pad, my folder with the cardstock inside, and my top standard cutting pad, and then I'm just going to run it through and emboss the layer. I love the Woodgrain folder. It's a perfect folder for your fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas cards. And now's the time to start talking about or thinking about your Christmas card layouts, and I highly recommend this embossing folder for both Christmas and Thanksgiving. So that is going to be a layer on the front of my card. My card is going to be pear pizzazz. I have cut it differently this week. I've cut it 11 by 4 1/4, scored it on my Simply Scored at the 5.5 mark, and that's going to be my card front, and it's going to run this way. So I'm going to take my folder that I've embossed, or my baked brown sugar layer that I've embossed, and I'm going to attach it to the front of the card. My layer is cut 4 by 5 1/4, so it's just a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. And then to that I'm going to add a piece of Gingham Garden Designer Series paper. It's a strip, it's got this plaid pear pizzazz pattern in it, which I think is perfect for the front of my card. I cut the layer 2 by 4 so that it would match perfectly on top. There we go, like so. And now it's time to do a little stamping. To stamp, I'm going to use the Evergreen stamp set, and I'm going to use this outline image. As I've mentioned already, this is a great set for Christmas. I'll be using it in my Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack in my July class. Oh, I've already mounted it on clear block I. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, my Pear Pizzazz ink. I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp it twice because I want 2 images for my card front. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my paper snips, and I am going to cut it out. I'm going to cut each tree out. It's going to take a few minutes, and I don't want to bore you with watching me cut, so I'm going to stop the video, and I'll come back in when I've got both of the trees cut. Back in a moment. All right, so I have both trees cut out, and I'm ready to add them to my card front. I'm going to do one tree flat to the card, and then the second tree, I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional underneath. There they are. I'm going to put 2 Stampin' Dimensionals, one at the bottom of the tree and one at the top of the tree. And then I'm going to just slightly overlap, kind of like it would look if you were looking in a forest. Then I also have taken 2 pieces of the In Color paper stack that's the baked brown sugar. The dimensions for these little flags will be over on my blog, so you can check those out after the video's over. I just cut 2 strips and then used my paper snips to cut a V. And I'm going to put them down on my card as well, just to add a little bit of interest. Let's see. Put one there. And then I'm going to put the polka dot one just slightly overlapping the first one, like so. And then the last thing I want to do is bring in my Banner Greetings stamp set. This is a hostess stamp set that you can earn by having a $150 plus order or hosting a Stampin' Up! Event or private class at your home, and then you can earn this for free based on sales. I'm going to ink it up using baked brown sugar. I brought in a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. Stamp it down, and I chose the phrase that says, "Thankful for you." And I'm going to cut it out using my paper snips. Be nice if there was a framelit to go with this, but there isn't. It just takes a couple of seconds to cut anyway. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my snail adhesive. And I'm going to tuck it in underneath the tree to complete my card. And there we go. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used to make this card and the measurements for the cardstock, hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While there, you can look at lots of other samples. You can place an order for the products I used to make this card. You can look at all my classes and clubs that I have starting up and running this summer and early fall, or you can ask me a question. Don't forget to subscribe to my customer newsletter. I have a newsletter coming out this week with lots of other exclusive ideas. You won't see them anywhere else. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.